Hello, my posse. Hello, all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for coming to my living room today. Today, we're going to talk about why you should buy a wig or not. Stay tuned. I think the hardest part of buying your first wig is to pick a color. Picking a color seems to be very difficult because in the catalog, they look so different. Sometimes than when you get them. So I think finding a color that's suitable for you for your first wig is probably the way to go. And then as you get comfortable, you can switch up colors like I have in these photos. I wear many varieties of colors and I love them all. And the other thing about when you purchase a wig is sometimes you can buy the same wig and love it, and then you reorder it and it's a little different. Unfortunately, that's the way it is with wigs. Each one is just a little different than the one before, but that shouldn't stop you from finding your dream hair and one that you can change every day. So yeah, I get a lot of questions and emails from people who go, I just can't spring for it. I'm so self-conscious to wear a wig. I'm so afraid to wear a wig and I don't know what to do. And I just don't know how I ever functioned without a wig. But, I try to give you the best advice I can. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of myths to wearing wigs. I think one of the biggest myths is you'll lose your own hair underneath, which is not true. I think another myth is like if you go outside in the wind is going to take it off and you're going to be running down the street like olive oil, chasing after, what was the baby's name? Popeye's baby's name? What was that kid's name? I don't know. You'd be running down the street like her, chasing your wig. Not true. Not true. And the other thing that's just a big myth is they don't look natural. Not true. Maybe a long time ago, when wigs were heavier, they didn't look natural. But I'm telling you, I don't think people can tell that you have a wig on. I think it's just you, the way you hold yourself because you're self-conscious of it, because something is foreign on you, and maybe you're like walking around like, nobody would know. I mean, I've worn this wig out, and this is an updo. And this wig is on its last leg. This is my Polly Young Sunset, and this is the one I bought first, so it's well over a year old, and it's ready for the wig garbage. But, you can pull them up, and you're probably thinking, gosh, what's she coming on doing a wig review for with all messy hair? But that's me. I love messy hair. And these, you can just pull them up. When they're longer, you pull them up in the back, and it's really messy. And you just can get 2 or 3 different hairdos out of it, and you shouldn't be intimidated by it. And I'm going to do a couple of wig reviews coming up, and I'm going to show you how I pull up the back like that, and how we take the Sqhair hairband. So you might want to go and get my discount code and stock up on the Sqhair hairbands, because I'm going to show you how you can attach them to the back of your hair. Hopefully that my hair isn't all funky in the back, because I didn't look at it. I just pinned it up. That's just what I do. But anyway, you can get a lot of do's out of a long wig, and you shouldn't be intimidated, because I tell you, I've worn this out and people have gone, oh, I love your hair. And sometimes I'll go, oh, thanks, it's a wig. And sometimes I'll go, oh, thanks, yeah, thanks. And I don't say anything. My husband goes, why don't you just tell him? And there are instances where I would just say, oh, thanks a lot, this is a wig. And then that'll get into a whole conversation sometimes about why they feel intimidated and why they can't wear wigs. And, so it opens up a whole conversation. And it's almost like sometimes women that wear wigs, it's like taboo. You feel it's like a taboo. Like we're not supposed to say that we have wigs. It's just, it's like unnatural. I don't get that really. I mean, if we needed false teeth, we would go and get false teeth. Although you need a mortgage to get false teeth today, but you wouldn't think anything of it, of putting some foreign substance in your mouth to look better. You wouldn't even give it a thought. You wouldn't think anything of it if you're blind like me and you can't see and you have to go buy glasses and you've got to put glasses on your face, which is a foreign thing. But a wig, it's like foreign, and it shouldn't be. It's the most natural thing in the world to well, I don't know about the world, but it's the most natural thing because it builds self-confidence. It makes you feel good about yourself. And when you look in the mirror and the mirror's looking back at you and you look and feel good, that's the importance of a wig. Trust me, I know. Most people that say something negative to you, and I've had a subscriber who maybe at their workplace they've said something negative. They don't know a clue about wearing wigs. They probably never ever put a wig on in their life. So they have not a clue before they say something negative to you. And 9 chances out of 10, they're like envious or like, oh, maybe I should do it. So they blurt out this negativity, and that's their problem, not yours. And there are people that do that, I know. So don't worry about that. It's not, you're not dressing for them, you're dressing for yourself and feeling good about yourself. One of the things about wigs that is so wonderful to me is it saves you money. Now you're probably thinking, saves you money? They're expensive. They're not expensive. You know, I review all kinds of wigs, mostly in our budget, women of a certain age. It's our budget that I'm worried about. They do have expensive wigs that you can buy, human hair. Why would I want human hair? I could fix my own hair if I wanted human hair. Because I can go outside in the rain in my own hair and get straight. Why would I want to go out in a human hair and have it get straight? Synthetic to me is a shake and pop and go, and you don't have to worry about it. And they're not that expensive. And when I started to wear wigs, I'll tell you, I saved a ton of money at the salon. Now, I'm an ex-hairdresser, so I wouldn't want to take any money away from the salons, you know. But I was paying $125, $30 to go and get my roots done and highlights. I could have bought 3 wigs for that. I mean, the money I save on product alone, I don't have to buy product. I have a can of hairspray in there that it's going on 6 months old, and I got 3 new ones for Christmas, so I'm set for probably till I'm 90. I don't know. So I don't use product on my hair. My hair, I don't use that much blow drying to my hair. I let it dry naturally. I don't damage my hair. I don't do curling irons to my hair. My hair is less damaged since I have been wearing wigs, and I'm saving a ton of money. I can't tell you, with my hair as fine as soft as it is, the product that I bought. I've had everything in my bathroom from mousse to gels to sticky Gorilla Glue. I paid a fortune for stuff, and it never really worked because as soon as I went outside, or I visit my kids in Nashville, where you all know Nashville people, Tennessee people, it's damp down there, and I always had bad hair days when I went to Nashville. Now the other great thing, you never have bad hair day, girls. You never have a bad hair day with a wig. And if you put a wig on and you don't like it, take it off and plop on another one in another color, and you'll be just fine. Sometimes it's just a color. Sometimes it's just your mood. Sometimes you want short hair. Sometimes you want long hair. You couldn't do all that to your regular hair. And the other thing that saves you money is the haircuts. You don't have to worry about a haircut. You know, you can just put your wig on. You can have short hair one day. Why cut your own hair? You can have short hair with a wig, or you can have long hair with a wig. You can have medium hair with a wig. You can have really long hair with a wig, and you can plop it up. And I've said before, I don't care if you're 10 or 110. Who can't wear an updo? Everybody can wear an updo. I mean, that's an easy peasy hairdo to do, and you can get it from wigs and not trying to stay in the bathroom for an hour fixing your own hair when you can plop one on and be ready in 10 minutes, maybe. Just a little scrunching here and there. Yeah, saves me a ton of money, girl. So the money you save in the hairdresser, you can just buy another wig. And the average wig, you used to go in for haircuts, and it'd be like every 6 to 8 weeks you would go get a touch-up or you would go get a haircut. I mean, a cheap wig that I have probably is a good 6 months to a year out of it, I think. This one here, Jacqueline Smith Sunset, is a little over a year, and I think she's probably on her way out, but I could spruce her up a little bit with, some sea salt spray or good conditioner or Armor All. Shh, don't tell Taz. And I could get another couple months out of her. I know I could. So that alone saves me money than going to the hairdresser every 6 weeks for a touch-up or a haircut. So think of it that way. Yeah. And the other thing is wigs are good for is it covers your hair loss. There's 30 million women, I think I read, that suffer from some form of hair loss. It's embarrassing to some. I don't know of anybody who unless you can shave your hair and you feel comfortable with it, that's not, nothing bad. But if you're discomforting, if you're uncomfortable, discomforting, if you're uncomfortable with the loss of your hair, the thinning of your hair, you can buy a wig. Why would you want to be shy about your hair? And, why would you want to look in the mirror and feel self-conscious when you can put a wig on? 30 million women suffer from the same thing. So if you could put a wig to help your self-consciousness, to help you be better, to help you look better, go for it. I mean, why would you want to suffer from that? I mean, when my hair was falling out when I had COVID, it was really coming out. I was grateful that I had my wigs. I don't think I worried about it as much as I would have if I hadn't been wearing wigs, but I wasn't too concerned because I did have my wig. So, if your hair is thinning, you would want to buy a wig, which would help your self-consciousness, build your self-esteem, and you would certainly look great. You can find them in your color. You can get short, long, like I say, whatever is comfortable for you. You don't want to go to a style, if you're always been a short hair person and you want to go to a long hair one for the first time and wear it every day, graduate into different styles. Pick something that's more you, that you're used to looking in the mirror. Maybe you were medium length hair. Well, then buy a medium length wig, and that's what you start with. And you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it, and it'll be the best money that you've ever spent. And also, too, the myth, that I said about if you wear a wig, your hair won't grow. You'll have more hair loss, and that is not true. I think with the caps today, and I've demonstrated some of the caps, the open wefting in the caps allows your hair breathability. That also allows your hair good conditioning to your scalp. If you have a treatment of some kind for your hair and you wear a wig, with the breathability of the wefting of the caps, allows your own hair to breathe, and it really can cause some good regrowth to your own hair by covering it up with a wig. Not a heavy one, because you don't want to put a real heavy cap on where, the oils and that are going to get trapped in and cause hair loss. But the new caps with the open wefting and the stretching is just such breathability for your own hair to regrow. And the other thing, if you're in the generation of the silver-haired girls and you want to go gray and you hate that outgrow, that outgrowing to your natural hair can be, especially if you've dyed it, because then you have the gray roots and then you have all this color, whatever color you dyed it on the bottom to outgrow, and sometimes it's just not a good look. So if you buy a gray wig while you're transitioning to your own gray, cover it up. They have even beautiful gray hair that have the dark black roots if your hair was real dark. They have brown roots. I haven't seen them like blonders or lighter, but I think that Pippa that I did from the wig company had brown, more of a brown color going through it. So if you're transitioning over to gray, you might want to buy a wig while you're transitioning so everybody's not so shocked and you don't look so, can I say, haggy while you're growing out your dyed hair. If your own hair is coming in gray, it's usually coming in from the root down, and it's not as drastic as when you dyed your hair and you're trying to let it grow out. So that might be a good thing for you to do while you're transitioning, is buy a wig in a color that you're comfortable with. That's what I would do if I was going gray, but I'm not. But that's what I would do. And the other thing is, like, wigs help you change styles. You couldn't change your own hair to the styles that you can do with wigs. There are so many different colors that I never in a million years with my olive skin thought I could wear anything remotely close to a buttered toast, a blondish color. If somebody would have told me that, I would have said, no way. But look, I wear buttered toast. I wear reddish colors. Wore blondes. I've worn, darker shades. It's not permanent. So I can change it the next day. It allows you the flexibility of doing so many colors, so many styles, and changing it up. I like to change it up. My husband, he never knows what's going to come out of the bedroom or bathroom, wherever I get ready. He says, I never know who's coming through the door. So yeah, it allows you that flexibility to do that. Another good point about why you should buy a wig. And I think I already touched on this, but another great thing is it saves you time. I mean, I can't tell you the time that I have used of my life worrying about my hair and fixing my hair and getting ready to go. If I was going to do this updo to my own hair, it would probably be an hour of tears in the bathroom, a can of hairspray, and then I still wouldn't have it done the way I like it. So the time factor is amazing. Now my husband goes, how long before you're ready for breakfast? And I go, bloop, I'm ready. And I'm out the door. So your time is valuable. You don't have time to fool around with your hair. I mean, maybe you don't fool around with your hair. Maybe you got a perm and you just leave it like that. I don't know. But if you are the type that fixes your hair, curls your hair, fusses with your hair, it's time saved to put on a wig. Trust me. And my time is valuable, and I would rather be doing something else much more fun than worrying about my hair. My mother used to say, oh, Babs, I get a fever every time I have to fix my hair. And I used to go, oh, Ma. And I know what she meant now, because it is. I used to get a fever when I fixed my hair. So time is the important thing to me, too. And the other thing I read where the average woman spends 6 full years of her life fixing her hair. 6 full years. You've wasted 6 years fixing your hair. That's a fact. I read that. It's true. You can Google it. So to me, I don't want to spend 6 years fixing my hair. I did that in my life, and I tell you, I've never been happier since I bought wigs. So, I hope that touched a little bit on some of the facts and some of the myths about wearing a wig. And, you can... You can make the choice yourself, but don't let other people intimidate you. Don't be afraid that Aunt Matilda is going to say, what's different about you? Your hair. You got a wig on, girl? What is that on top of your head? And people have said that, especially family members, who aren't used to seeing you maybe looking good or fixing up. They're usually the first ones to, chomp at you. But you know what? Keep your head up high. Know that you look good. Don't let anybody dress you. Don't let anybody tell you how you should look, how you should feel. You should know how you look and how you feel. And you should feel the way you want to feel. And if it's wearing wigs, and it's terrible that your hair is probably one of the most important features on you that make or break your day. I mean, I can remember going to work, and if I had a bad hair day, I was miserable all day. I was like a crabby butt all day. It's true. It's like, and then I get up and I have a great hair day. All day I'd be like, hey, yeah, can I make an appointment? Yeah, which doctor do you want to see? And it's sad, but it's true. Your hair is the first thing usually that people see, except for your skin. But no, your hair is, and you have to feel good about it. And when you feel good about your hair, your whole day is better. So I hope that touched a little bit of things on why you should buy a wig. There's many myths. Back in the old days, when we did them in the salon, they were heavy. They were not as pretty as they are today. And guaranteed, if your wig looks wiggy, it's a matter of getting your fingers in, curling it around, and putting a nice square hairband in your hair to make yourself look youthful. And you're good to go, girls. Yeah. So I hope that helped. I'll see you again real soon on my next video. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And check out the catalog. See which wig you would like. If you need any help, or you can't decide, or you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to help if you have any questions, if I can. I'm always here for you. My email is always in the description box. If you have anything that you want to ask me, feel free to do so. So I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Hopefully I'll see you with a wig on. Love that. Take care of yourself. Bye. Mwah.